I didn't say she puts black men in jail. No, she's warping. I just said that she was threatening me in a very roundabout way by saying that the last person she was with, or one of the last people she were with, that she found out that he actually was married and he kept on going to her city and he pretended to be in a relationship with her, but he really was married. And when she found that out, she decided to do her very best to put him in jail. That's what I said. I didn't say that she was putting black men in jail. You see how they twist and warp things? So it went from me saying that she told me what she did to a guy that was using her to now Monty saying that Tiny Dancer puts black men in jail. No, I didn't say that. I said what I said. Like I said, I never said Tiny Dancer puts men in jail. I've said that Tiny Dancer was seeing somebody from Toronto that was actually married. She got pissed off that she thought she was in a relationship with a guy that was actually married to somebody else. So she decided to take some steps that ended with that guy being in jail. That's all I said. I didn't say that she puts black men in jail. See how the narrative gets twisted? There are several reasons why I cut ties with Tiny Dancer, but one of the main ones, or should I rather say, the main reason was setting men up for legal troubles. As in, getting them arrested because they won't do as she wants them to do in the quote-unquote relationship. Like I said, I never said Tiny Dancer puts men in jail. She has said to me with utter confidence that she likes to get her partner/ex-partners arrested as a form of revenge. Like I said, I never said Tiny Dancer puts men in jail. She also mentioned a very specific story as an example. It was of a man, he was a black guy from Toronto that used to visit her in Winnipeg and then of course return home after a few days, typically on a weekend. She found out he was married and exacted her revenge by setting him up. One thing I will say is after I heard that story, it was so troubling to me that after cutting all ties with Tiny Dancer, I did and have been searching for this guy to give my account of what she told me in confidence as a way to make things right. And I have been unsuccessful, but that doesn't mean I won't keep trying to right the wrong of what she did to what seemingly is an innocent man. So let's continue. I also mentioned a very specific story as an example. It was of a man.
Show us.
He was a black guy from Toronto.
Of course he was a black guy from Toronto. Can we see proof of this, Monty? Can we see proof that she said he was a black guy from Toronto?
There is proof. She mentions her abusive ex multiple times in DMs, repeatedly over and over and over again. You are just not listening or watching the videos. It was of a man, he was a black guy from Toronto that used to visit her in Winnipeg and then of course return home after a few days, typically on a weekend. She found out he was married and exacted her revenge by setting him up and getting him arrested. She says it repeatedly. Abusive ex, abusive ex, abusive ex. She told me what she did to a guy that was using her. Abusive ex, abusive ex, abusive ex. To a guy that was using her. Abusive ex, abusive ex, abusive ex.